Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you the wrap up of my July anime watch list, and I will be talking about my August to watch list as well in this same video. If you see like a shadow casted on in the middle of this, I am very sorry. I am actually using the light that is at the top. As you can see, there's a shadow here, but it is very cloudy today. It's storming outside and there is no good lighting. However, I do want to film this video. It is July 26th today, and my best friend actually helped me out with the anime list that I am going to be talking about later. So that is why I want to film this ahead of time. So I hope this overcast is not that bothersome. However, as you can see here in our anime list for today's wrap up, I have completed all of the 15 titles that we have picked out from the last video that I did for my July to watch list, and I'm just going to go over all of this. As you can see here, I have added actually Soul Eater, which is not part of the previous list. However, I did finish all of these early, so why not just add one more that is like a little bit longer. I am at around episode 27 or 28 of Soul Eater anyway. I am not sure if I'm going to finish it this month, but if so, it's most probably be an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I have finished reading the manga, so for the most part, it is 1-to-1 with the manga anyway, so I know what happened. So I will begin with, just in order, I guess, because I've been skipping around with this, but I will talk about it in order. I will quickly flip through, this is my list of, like, as I watch, I take notes and rant. This is my anime companion journal whenever I binge watch an anime. So there we go. I actually have to like add this Malevolent Spirits Monogatari in this because I will put a picture of the poster on screen. I gave this a 9 out of 10. This was actually part of my June watch list. However, I filmed, I think, the video for June early. That's why I wasn't able to include it in the other one. Hold on a sec. Let me just double check. So got a lot of writing in June. So yeah, I did not add it to the June watch list wrap up at the end of that video. However, Malevolent Spirits Monogatari is about like a, what do you call that, exorcist who was tasked to live with a girl that has powers that attracts like spirits, and it shows that not all spirits are actually bad and that they don't necessarily want to like eat humans and like replace the person they eat or something like that. And so it was a very like, it's very much wholesome. The main character actually reminds me so much of like a very serious like Emiya Shiro sort of person, and the romance is kind of adorable as well. So next we proceed to what I actually watched. Starting off with a banger here, Sarazanmai. Sarazanmai, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It is anthropomorphic mythology, which is based off of like the Kappa lore and history, culture of what surrounds like the belief of the Kappa. There are 3 middle school boys that encountered this Kappa named Kepi, who is the prince of the Kappa kingdom that was overthrown by the Otter Empire. They were tasked to help Kepi defeat the Kappa zombies, and in the process, secrets were told, and a lot of very sexual imagery and very it was a lot. So I did not expect, because the poster was very cute, so I did not expect that Sarazanmai will be like very sexual, very BL sort of anime, because it was not part of the tag. But I even called it, like, my friend and I suggested this to her because we do like watching trashy comedy anime. So you can say that this is one of those trashy animes that you would probably enjoy if you're okay with like a lot of butts and a lot of like guy to guy like sexual innuendos and such. Next we have here is High Card. High Card, I gave it another 7 out of 10. I was so excited actually to watch High Card. However, it is more of like I hyped it up in my brain too much that it did not follow through. However, it is almost similar to like, think Bungo Stray Dogs, but with cards as a trigger for your powers, and they receive like their cards turn into gloves, and that's how they unleash their power. And the higher the card number, the higher the value, the higher the power level that you receive. And this orphan kid was hired with the other similar players, they call it, the power users, they are called players. And they were tasked by the Empire to gather all of the 52 cards. However, there are a lot of like drama related to the backstories of each of the characters, so that's why it's not as like, it's always the thing with like organized crime, mafia related anime, you always expect it to be go go go. However, this is more drama than go go go, so I am actually hyped more to the next season if ever they release it, because at the end of the season 1 they showed more of like leaning into the backstory of the main character, which they only dabbled a bit in this first season. So I'm hopeful that the second season will be better. Next we have here is Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4. This is actually the last one that I have watched from all of the 15, because I'm always saving the best for last. Bungo Stray Dogs is one of my favorite series if you are new to this channel. So all of the authors' namesakes are in the show. They possess the power based on the like story or the poetry and literature that the real life author has written, and they manifested in their powers and such. This is season 4. I highly recommend it if you want to watch. This is also like organized crime, mafia, supernatural, superpower anime with a lot of action. The first 2 seasons, like, it's kind of slow, but it sets the world up slowly, and then once season 3 and also season 4 comes up, it is more exciting. And also I am very close to that point wherein in the manga that is very scary, so I am quite afraid to watch season 5. But if you have not watched any of this or like read the manga, I will say a slight spoiler. I won't reveal too much, but there is one scene in season 4 that stopped me from giving this a 10 out of 10, because there is one Kenji scene wherein he was like giving like an inspirational message to his armed detective agency, as they were like being what do you call that, they are being blamed for the crime that they did not commit. And it was so beautiful in the manga. However, in the anime they only gave him like sparkles instead of like having the sun shine on him, so that was kind of disappointing on my part, but it's only a little detail. You might not really mind that. So that's why I gave it a 9 out of 10. Next we have here is Kemurikusa. Now Kemurikusa, I did not expect it to be like a very game cutscene-esque animation style. The premise of the story is that these sisters, they're more like clones actually than sisters. They are cultivating a tree that possesses like leaves that has powers. And in this post-apocalyptic world, it is hard to find water, especially since the world is like infested with bugs. So you think of it as like a tree being raided by termites, basically. And there is quite a bit of romance aspect to this, and not just sci-fi. So I don't really say that it is my favorite. That's why I gave it a 6 out of 10. But it is very much like a research gone wrong sort of sci-fi, as it always is. Next is Pokemon Movie 7, Destiny Deoxys, 6 out of 10. I don't really need to talk much about the Pokemon movies that I've watched, because it's of course children's movies. I don't think I will be getting like an above 7 grade when it comes to Pokemon, but I do like to finish most of the movies when I get the chance. However, Destiny Deoxys was not really my favorite thing, even though it's like wholesome compared to like most of the previous ones I've watched. Next is Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, 7 out of 10. It is as old-time Vampire Hunter anime that we watch. It is about a human being abducted by a vampire, and a half vampire, half human is there to hunt it. Turns out, spoiler alert, but not really, because this is more like the always the cliche when it comes to vampire related stories, and like the girl is actually in love with this vampire, and the father of this girl wants the vampire who kidnapped and possessed or like lured the girl to his manor, wants him dead, and That's all there is, basically. Next we have Magical Girl Sight, which is kind of a bit of a disappointment when it comes to like storyline, because the premise is very good. However, I did manage to like dislike many, like the reasonings, the bullying. I really hated the reason why she was bullied. It's because she was very much shy to talk to this girl because she was a new student in this class, and this like very popular girl said hi to her. She did not say hi back. She did not say thank you when she was like saved by this popular girl, and this popular girl got mad and basically bullied her all throughout their school life. And also, I really hated the brother of this girl. Like, he was like an honor student, and it's very much like a god complex. Their father has high hopes for him, and because of the stress, he took it out on the main character, his sister. Like, he beats him up every evening before bed just to relieve his stress. So it's too much. Next, we have here Made in Abyss movie. This is what I'm glad to say is a 10 out of 10 in my book. Made in Abyss movie is between season 1 and season 2 of Made in Abyss, which cleared up a majority of the story for me related to season 2. It's very dark and very wholesome. Very father-daughter relationship. However, it is that point wherein it shows like unconditional love in the ending. So I'll keep it at that. It's very worth it to watch, but as long as you are not easily triggered by like blood, gore, body horror, and torture, that's fine. Next, we have Sound of the Sky. Sound of the Sky is like a Yashike military anime wherein, how did it go again? Like, this girl wanted to learn how to play the trumpet and the bugle, and because of this post-apocalyptic, post-war world, music and like writing systems are different, and they can't freely learn music in this world. So she joined the military just to be able to learn the trumpet and the bugle for free. Most of the time, their lives are very much peaceful. However, at the very end, wherein like the opposing forces finally meet, they did end it like very peacefully. However, I am not satisfied with having like, you have to sacrifice one of the girls. I mean, you have to sacrifice yourself to marry like the opposing forces prince. Like, she is a princess of this country. She has to have an arranged marriage with the prince of the other country just to have peace. And it's like she had to sacrifice herself because the previous princess that was supposed to marry that prince passed away. So like, gone are the days wherein you have to have arranged marriage just to find peace, and you have to like this title, or like a woman has to marry this person just to save their country, like that. I am not much of a fan of that thought process. Next we have here is Fire Force 2. I really like Fire Force 2 because it houses majority of like my favorite parts of the manga in this season. I'll leave it at that. It's very worth it to watch if you enjoy like the world of Fire Force, the world of Soul Eater. They go hand in hand, and you get to see the references of Soul Eater more and more as the series progresses with Fire Force. Anyway, next we have here To Your Eternity Season 2. This is like an immortal being trying to find his way in life, being chased down by like, what do you call those again? Like, I forgot what specifically it is called, like their monster. However, this is more of like years after season 1 of To Your Eternity, because he's immortal. Of course, he's like he sees all of the descendants of this one particular character in season 1 whom he hated so much. However, the very last descendant of this character helped him quite a bit as well. So 9 out of 10. It's not really that perfect because there is a point wherein it's very much just Fushi whining for like episodes on end, but the ending is very satisfying. Next we have here is Higehiro, which is very problematic. Let me be honest, I did give it a 6 out of 10 because for what it's worth, it is quite a good anime. However, I don't like that the ending almost feels like, or really it feels like grooming of some sort. This is a guy who was rejected by his like crush and boss. He was drunk, and as he was going home, he encountered a high school girl that is a runaway for probably 6 months. Took her home and basically did nothing to her, which is the right thing to do. However, you really need to not. He's very much like in the territory of like FBI on the door. However, I really hated one, the girl for running away at first, but then again, it's like there is a reason why she ran away, which follows up to I hate her mother for saying those things to her. I hate the people that she like took advantage of her for the past 6 months before the main character found her, because each and every one of them like skewed her mindset on what love is, on how to cherish herself, which is very messed up, but also very much almost close to the truth, because even though this is like anime, this is fiction, there is an inspiration to this, and there is like more or less someone out there that experiences the same, if not close to this situation, and that's just the reality of how cruel the world is. Next we have here is Spy Classroom. This is also one that I feel like I hyped up too much. I do like that each of the girls in this classroom, even though they are like the dropouts or like the very much the low tier end of their universities and schools when it comes to like espionage. However, each of them has a specialty of their own that does not fit with the school system, and that is what I like about this. The rest is very much meh, so to speak. Next we have your Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. I only have a little bit of notes here, but it's very wholesome, very cute. I adored the romance because it's kind of like slow and shy. However, some romances needs to be like that. It's not always like the tsunderes and the yanderes of the world. There has to be like a balance, like I don't understand if this is love yet, so let's explore it, and this person is very nice, I want to be with that person, that sort of like romance. There does not need to be too much like a back and forth interaction like that is hardcore and very fast. I like their slower, like cute friendship to romance sort of story. Next we have here A Certain Scientific Accelerator 5. However, thinking about this, I think I'm going to give them a lower score. The story revolves around this. They are all like espers. They're all psychics. And what I really hated about this anime is because of one, what is her name again? Misaka. She always say Misaka said this, Misaka said that. It's like she's reading from a book. Like, for example, I'll give you what she said. You are finally home, Misaka said, in a big surprise. Like, she said that whole line, and it kind of annoys me to no end, even though I know that she's like something of like a special case when it comes to she's like the last order based on like the synopsis of this anime, and she's being protected. Accelerator is like the best like esper there. At first I thought this was like more of like Accelerator explaining how things are done in a scientific matter. I would have learned a lot if that was the case. However, Accelerator only wants to act like a villain, but he's very soft when it comes to last order. Like he protects her and such, even though he acts like he doesn't care. And in the same way, I don't really care about this anime at all. So yeah, that's it. That's all I can say about Scientific Accelerator. I don't really recommend it if you get annoyed easily with like as I said, the kid, and also like his insistence on being a villain even though he's saving the world. That's just my point. So I did manage to see that there is one more here that I have not included in this list that I will quickly include. It's Record of Ragnarok Season 2 Part 2, which is episodes 11 to 15. It is now on Netflix, I believe. This is basically the whole Buddha versus Zerufuku battle that was cut short in Season 2 that was released earlier in last year, or was it this year? So basically the same with the manga, or like the however, I think that Brunhild is like trying to be comedic when it comes to like her expressions. Like in a very tense situation, she tries to be like somewhat of a comedic relief. It did not work. So I gave it a 7 out of 10 actually, because I still like the Buddha Zero Fuku interaction and their fight and also the ending. But still, that threw me off. So with that out of the way, I'm going to quickly open the document that my best friend sent me. This is for the list of anime that I will be watching for the month of August that I requested for her. This is a little collab of ours. So here we go. So, okay, here we go. I did, like, in the previous month, I did manage to, like, get her to pick out, like, the anime that I wanted to, she wanted to watch for me. She did say that I want to take out some of the things here, because she added to the list. So that is basically these 6. However, looking at this right now, Soul Station, I don't know if I'm able to find it. Hold on a second, my focus is bad because of the lighting. Too dark. Sorry, I'm just adjusting. Spy Family Season 2, of course, I will watch. Log Horizon Season 2, I have started but have not yet finished. Farming Life in Another World, that's basically one of the things that I really wanted to watch. And also By the Grace of the Gods, Rising of Shield Hero. So yeah, she just made me like, gave me a reason to finally watch these. Next, Chrono Crusade, I have no idea what that is. Kiba, I also don't know what that is. Is this martial arts or something? I'm not sure. I'm going to look for it. Clannad After Story. I am not sure if I could watch this because I have not watched Clannad exactly, or like the entirety of Clannad. Daemon, I have watched. It is now my personal challenge to myself to see if there are any here that I have watched that she is going to suggest. So Daemon is 1, so 1 point for me. Sugar Apple Fairy Tail, I was supposed to get to for like a few months. No, I haven't. Looking for Magical Doremi, the movie, okay? Backlip, the movie, I also wanted to watch but haven't got around to it. Yowamushi Pedal, also one in my list. Konoto Tomare, what is this again? Okay, this is also in my list. Aquatop is also in my list. Restaurant in our World is also there. So many are actually in my list. So, only yesterday I have watched. And also ID Invaded. Flying Witch, I think I have not, unless this is the different one that I'm thinking that I've already watched, but I don't think I have. And Tokyo Magnitude 8 I have already watched. So allow me to organize this first in the page and then we'll talk about it. So yeah, this is the list that we're going for. I am currently searching in my anime list what Chrono Crusade and Kiba is. Chrono Crusade is 24. See, I haven't even known this. 1920 was a decade of great change and upheaval, with monstrous demons appearing across America to combat this menace. The holy organization known as Order of Magdalene was established. The organization's New York branch is home to the young and reckless sister Rosette Christopher, as well as her partner Chrono. Tasked with the extermination of demonic threats, and renowned team is excellent at their job despite causing extensive collateral damage on their mission. What's new? However, both Rosette and Chrono are driven by the dark past. Through exterminating demons, Rosette hopes to find her lost brother Joshua, who was taken by the sinner and demon Aeon, with whom Chrono also shares a bloody history. The two of them must fight off the increasing dangerous demonic menace and discover its source, while continuing to search the truth behind Joshua's disappearance. Okay. Is this like Chrono Trigger related? I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with the Chrono Trigger story, but it's like the logo looks almost the same. And next we have here Kiba. Oh, this is 51 episodes. In a dystopian future, two friends dream of freedom and gain more than they bargained for. Hot-headed Zed is on the run from the authorities, while his brainy pal Noah struggles with his own battered body. Both find a magical world that seems to offer escape and power undreamt of. Join Zed and his powerful rebellious spirit Amir Gaul on their search for the ultimate power. It's a force that can save a world or destroy life as we know it. This world of Kiba, where you must harness the power within and fight with all you got. It's fun actually that most of what she gave me are isekai fantasy, which is very telling of who my best friend is. That is like her main genre recently. She really loves Log Horizon. It's like one of her top favorite anime. She did not add Soul Eater here because I was, before she gave me this list, I've already talked to her about watching Soul Eater, so that's why this is not there. Sugar Apple Fairy Tail, I have talked about this previously, however I have not gotten around to it. And also Yowamushi Pedal. So her like list here is mostly it's either sports, music, or isekai fantasy. That's what I said. Yowamushi pedal. I think I've seen this is the first one. I haven't even added it to the list, but I have seen like bits of this. 38 episodes. It's pretty long, but it's not bad. Also, Kono Oto Tomare is actually what she told me in, when was this actually? Like as soon as it was out, what year is this? 2019. She already suggested this to me. Like it's one that she liked. Genkudo, a koto maker, believes that his delinquent grandson Chika would never understand the profoundness of the traditional musical instrument. In an attempt to make up for his naivety and understand the words of his late grandfather, Chika tries to join the Tokise High School Koto Club. Even though the club is in dire need of members, new club president Takezo Kurata is unwilling to easily accept Chika's application due to his bad reputation. Nonetheless, after seeing Chika's seriousness and enthusiasm, Takezo allows the problem child to join along with Koto prodigy Satowa Hozuki and 3 of Chika's energetic friends. So it's like music. She said she loved this actually, and so let's give it a try. Next is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and max out my experience. This is like one of those low, what do you call that? Slow pace, chill anime, I believe. I hope so. It is like comedy fantasy, so we'll see, even though it's like a 6.9, which is on the lower end, but many isekai fantasy is very much like monotonous in a way. So next we have Aquatop on the White Sand. I have started watching like episode 1 of this when it came out in like News Asia, and my best friend actually watched the same time as me. However, I stopped and she continued. She said she liked it. She really is a fan of like aquariums, aquatic nature, the ocean. She loves swimming, so maybe that's what like influenced this. Also, Restaurant in Another World. Yeah. Oh, it already has season 2. Oh, it does have season 2, and it's been a long time already. Oops. So this has been quite a long time, so we're going to watch that. Western restaurant Nekoya is a popular eatery located in the street corner in Tokyo Shopping District. Serving both traditional Japanese fare as well as Western dishes, this eating establishment is popular among Tokyo residents, but the seemingly ordinary restaurant is also popular with another type of clientele. While the restaurant is thought to be closed on Saturdays, the truth is that on this special day each week, its doors are instead open to the inhabitants of another world. From dragons and elves to fairies and mages, this restaurant has no shortage of strange customers. Nevertheless, an enigmatic chef known as Master will be waiting to serve up their favorite dishes with a kind smile and keep them coming back many more Saturdays to come. So it's not necessarily isekai, but rather like a portal sort of anime. Iyashikei Slice of Life Gourmet is like my buzzwords when it comes to anime, so my best friend knows me quite a bit. Next is Saint's magical power is omnipotent. It's bad that I have to search for this every time because I'm not prepared. Now, here we go. Since ancient times, the citizens of Slantania have lived with a shadow of miasma, a force that brings forth monsters, creating havoc around the world. When the kingdom's order of knights become incapable of containing the monsters, the Grand Mago summons a holy maiden, the legendary saint, to obliterate the horrid place and restore peace. One evening, as Sei Takanashi returns home from a long day of work, a magical force pulls her into a foreign world. Upon her arrival to the kingdom of Slantania, she overhears that the Grand Magus inevitably summoned 2 saints, Sei and a brown-haired girl. Needing only one holy maiden, the prince declared the other girl as a saint, leaving Sei in her own devices. Sei sets her sight on the Medicinal Flora Research Institute, an establishment known for its studies regarding herbs and potions. While indulging in her latest passion, Sei has fateful encounters with the commander of the Third Order of Knights. But little does she know, her aptitude as saint will continue to exert its influence over her new life. So it's almost like, what do you call that? Campfire cooking in another world, wherein they are not chosen by the kingdom for the intended purpose that they were summoned for. However, their powers are pretty much very useful, and they are somewhat more powerful compared to the actual heroes or saints in this case, I would assume. Next, we have your drugstore in another world, another isekai fantasy. Here we go. Reiji Kiro, formerly a corporate slave, wakes up one day in another world. After he has gained superhuman pharmaceutical knowledge, he decides to open up a drugstore alongside with K9, Noera, and the ghostly Mina. There he tends to the needs of all who visit the shop with potions and the like. So this is cheap pharmacist low life making a drugstore in another world is no longer titled. This is what it is the case when it comes to like isekai fantasy. The titles are getting longer and longer by the year that it is released. I don't know what Orbital Children is. I did like plan to watch Flavors of Youth. It was like a 3 types of like stories in one movie, or like there are 3 movies, short movies that are part of it. Space survival adventure. Okay. In the year 2045, internet and artificial intelligence have become widespread in the outer space. Following a massive accident at the space station, a group of children are left behind using narrowband and SNS, low intelligence AI and smartphone controlled drones. They overcome numerous crises. Okay, no, that's interesting. 6 episodes long, not bad. Maybe I'll start with this actually because it piqued my interest in how like narrowband SNS. It's like very low qual, early technology, and it's the year 2045. Let's see how these kids survive. And also Flying Witch. Flying Witch is the one that I did not watch. What I watched was actually Burn the Witch. So Flying Witch is in the witch's tradition. When a practitioner turns 15, they must become independent and leave their home to study witchcraft. Is this Kiki's Delivery Service? Makoto Kowata is one such apprentice witch who leaves her parents' home in Yokohama in pursuit of knowledge and training. Along with her companion Chito, a black cat familiar, they embark on a journey to Aomori, a region favored by witches due to its abundance in nature and affinity with magic. They begin their new life by living in Makoto's second cousin's Kei Kuramoto's and his little sister Shinatsu. While Makoto may seem to be attending high school like an ordinary teenager, her whimsical and eccentric involvement with witchcraft sets her apart from others her age. From her encounter with an anthropomorphic dog fortune teller to the peculiar magic training she receives with her older sister Akane, Makoto's peaceful everyday life is filled with the idiosyncrasies of witchcraft that she shares with her friends and family. I'm excited actually. Let's talk about farming life in Underworld because I don't think I have shared the synopsis of this. Farming life in another world. During the final year of his life, Hirako Makio remained confined to a hospital bed with a terminal illness until he finally passed away. Taking pity on the unfair life he lived, a god decides to reincarnate Hirako in another world where he can live as he pleases. Once he enjoys farming in his new life, he is bestowed with an all-in-one almighty farming tool that can transform into any useful implement he wishes. Hirako is then transported to a forest seemingly far from civilization. Here he plans to build and farm everything from scratch, gradually developing a lifeless area into a thriving new society. So I hope that this is more farming than adventure, not like the somehow I've gotten stronger when I improve my farming related skill, because in a way that is also part adventure because of his skill that cannot be like they can't ignore how good he is when it comes to like battling and such. He's too OP, so I'm hopeful that farming life in Underworld is more with the farming aspect and not the adventure aspect. So yeah, if I were to expect the high tier like anime that I will probably give like 8 or 9 or a 10 possibly, Spy Fam, obviously Rising of Shield Hero, hopefully also Sugar Apple Fairy Tail, hopefully Restaurant in Another World would be one, and we'll see. I'm very excited for this list actually because it's a mix of some that I am trying my best to like watch but haven't gotten around to it. Now I have a reason to watch it, to the ones that I have no idea what this is, and we'll see. My best friend has quite good taste actually when it comes to anime. It's just that I don't know if our lives align. That's why you don't see horror and psych and mystery in this, because she does not like horror and like gore and such. That's why this is more like wholesome adventures sort of anime. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This has been quite a long video, to be completely honest. And yeah, thank you so much again, and see you then. Until next time, friends, take care and bye.